Complaints to loyalty, mastering customer relations. One of the fundamental conclusions agreed upon in research on customer satisfaction and loyalty is that successful complaint management efforts result in high loyalty. Thinking of complaint management in a comprehensive manner is beneficial. Complaint management, in its simplest form, encompasses reaching out to the relevant company through different channels, either in writing or verbally, when a negative situation is encountered with a purchased product or service. It can extend to making the problem-causing product or service a topic of our daily conversations or including it in our social media posts. Successful handling of complaints by the company and taking steps to meet customer expectations in this area, or demonstrating that such steps will be taken, positively influences the recommendation mechanism of customers, fosters customer loyalty, and plays a pioneering role in enabling customers to actively advocate for the brand. This mechanism operates similarly in virtually every sector: finance, automotive, health, durable consumer goods, restaurants, hotels, and educational institutions. Numerous studies conducted in various categories and cross-sectoral meta-analyses are filled with examples of this mechanism working flawlessly. There are many factors that affect the successful outcomes of complaint management. However, it is possible to address the expectations of consumers in this process management and the secret of successful complaint management in three main groups, which define the internal dynamics of complaint management. 1. How the consumer who brings up the complaint is treated, respect. 2. The consumer feeling truly understood, empathy. 3. The belief that the mistake will not be repeated, assurance. The assessments of consumers regarding these three issues are the most important elements shaping their perception and attitude towards complaint management. The impact of a properly structured complaint management on customer satisfaction and loyalty is not only about how that complaint was handled and resolved. The functioning of this mechanism and its success level also depend on various external factors. These external factors consist of many elements over which we have no control and generally continue their impact from the macro level down to the micro level. The most important factor affecting the mechanism between customer complaint and customer satisfaction and loyalty at the macro level is the climate of the economy. In economic growth periods where per capita income increases, the power of consumers over companies also increases, thereby starting to change the balances between complaint management and customer satisfaction. In Turkey, the trajectory of the Consumer Confidence Index is quite influential on the outcomes of customer satisfaction surveys. Meta-analyses on customer satisfaction values during periods when the Consumer Confidence Index falls and when it rises provide important clues about the power of external factors. Yes, there is a relationship between the Consumer Confidence Index and customer satisfaction indices, but another factor to consider when reading this relationship is which categories customer satisfaction values we are looking at. The perceived value of the product or service for the customer, the money paid for the product or service, and the dispensability of the product or service are factors affecting the balance in this relationship. The level of satisfaction felt from free television broadcasts, banking services, and a car, and the relationship between complaint management for these products and services differ. Moreover, regardless of the category, whether the complaint management is related to service or product also affects the balances in this relationship. For consumers, positive complaint management related to products rather than services has a stronger effect on loyalty. Apart from the economic climate, the consumer's power of choice in the relevant category also affects the relationship between complaint management and customer satisfaction. The more choices consumers can make among alternative products and services, the weaker this relationship becomes. If the consumer does not have a real or perceived alternative, they cling more tightly to that product or service when a successful complaint management is displayed. Having alternatives empowers the consumer, while real or imagined lack of alternatives increases the consumer's dependency on the product or service. Another factor influencing the relationship between customer satisfaction and complaint management is customer typology, the satisfaction declarations and loyalty behaviors of new customers, as opposed to old or loyal customers, display differences after complaint management. An additional element that needs to be added to this customer typology is the strength of the emotional bond between the customer and the brand. The level of impact of customer complaint management on consumers who are deeply committed to their brand versus those who are temporarily enthusiastic about a brand is not equivalent. Another important factor determining the effects of experiences in the field of complaint management on customer satisfaction is the demographic characteristics of consumers. Research shows that low-income individuals, as opposed to high-income ones, older age groups as opposed to younger ones, and women more than men, demonstrate an increase in brand loyalty after positive complaint management. The dynamics observed between complaint management and subsequent customer satisfaction and loyalty not only illuminate the relationships between consumers, brands, and companies but also shed light on the dynamics of relationships that people establish with social institutions in other areas of life.